I'm live, talking Habs, Saturday night, Hockey Talk live stream. Welcome, everybody. I don't know who's here. David Arthur, if you're there. Hey, Philly, hey. Sup? Anybody there? Let me know. George, how's it going? Just going to wait a couple, a few seconds, let people come in. And then we're going to get on to a couple topics. How's everybody been this whole week? Hey, Ariel. Ellie. David, if you didn't hear before, I said hey. Okay, so let's talk about a couple things. What do you guys think? First of all, Lehkonen and Armia got signed, so that's good news. I'm trying to think what happened since last Saturday. Hey, here's something. I've been going through Twitter just trying to find some subjects. Anybody see the new alternate sweaters or uniforms? Actually, alternate uniforms. I don't know if it's official, but I saw them. They're pretty cool. Hey, Dane. Welcome in. Yeah, signings are great, eh? And the price too, eh? They got them both for $5 million, so 2.4 and 2.6. I think that's perfect, and I'm expecting good things from those guys this season. What jerseys? I saw them on Twitter. It was from a good source, so I don't know if it's official, but alternate sweaters. It's actually an alternate uniform. So instead of the away uniforms where they're all red, and then the blue stripe and the white, it's the opposite for the red and blue. So it's a fully blue uniform with a red stripe here where the logo is. It's really nice. I thought it's really slick. A lot of people don't like it because it's the blue, but it's just an alternate uniform, and I thought it was pretty slick. I guess you could find it on, type it into Twitter. I imagine you'll find it. Dane, so you saw it? The blue ones, yeah, the blue ones. They're pretty slick. Yeah, George, yeah, Jordan Binnington. I just saw that actually on Twitter. He signed a 2-year extension. I didn't see for how much. Good move by St. Louis, though. I don't think this kid's going to have a drop-off next year. I think this kid's the real deal. So good move by them to sign him for two more years. Okay, also, what do you guys think of Habs going after Nikita Gusev from the Knights? He's the Russian kid. He hasn't played in the NHL. You guys know about that? Hey, Robert. How's it going? Thanks, man. Hope you enjoy. What's a really good idea, Dane? I'm not sure. The alternates? Everyone's doing the alternates. The Canadians haven't done one. And I think it's really slick. The complaint I saw on Twitter was that it's too much like the Rangers uniform, but it's not the same blue, so I don't know what the problem is. It's the Habs blue. And apparently, the Habs blue and Rangers blue, specifically different colors, they were formulated by, I think, CIL, specifically different to the two teams. So, let's see. 27. I guess now we're talking about Gusev. Yeah, Gusev's 27. He's never played in the NHL, but last season he was the leading point getter for the in the KHL, so that says something. It's not a horrible league at all. I think it could be a good move, and I heard that the reason he hasn't moved yet is that the Knights are hoping for better offers, and they're not getting better offers. They're getting second-round pick and either a later pick. It doesn't specify what round, or like a lower tier prospect. So for that kind of money, or not money, but for that kind of price, I think Montreal should go after him. He could fill that spot, that hole where Andrew Shaw is. Although I really think Armia is going to challenge for that. Let's see now. Yeah, I heard talk about that he's compared to Radulov. So I think he could, and from what I read, he could be a real gem, a real steal. It just the Knights are up to here on the cap. They've used up that 10% over they're allowed in the off season. They're right up. They got zero. That cap friendly says they got zero money, so they can't sign this guy. So I think if they don't sign him, they lose him. So it's like trade or get something for him. So I'd like to see Montreal pick him up because it wouldn't cost anything. You don't lose a roster player, and they have enough cap space to sign them. I think because I would think a guy like that's going to get around $3 million. He hasn't played a game in the NHL. I think he's looking for 4. That's what I read, but I don't think he's going to get 4. Okay, let me see let me read a little bit here. Well, okay, Ariel, he's not proven scorer in the NHL. I'll give you that, but he is a he's not a big scorer in the KHL, but he's a center that I like. He's a distributor. He gets a lot of assists, so he's the kind of center I like. And look, you know what? How many Russians have come here? They usually come here really young, and it takes a couple of years. Yeah, but this guy's 27. I don't think it's going to be a problem. It's not like he's a 21-year-old coming over. He was drafted by yeah, I guess they got him in a trade. I don't know who he was drafted by. I don't think Line A. I think Line A. There's a lot of time left. I guess it's possible. I don't think Line A is going anywhere. I would be kind of surprised. Oh, but that's something. Not Line A, but this is apparently a legitimate story that Columbus offer sheeted Marner, or they're talking to his agent there to get an offer sheet signed. Apparently that's official now. I read that. I thought it was a joke, and then I saw it from a source that I think is credible. So Marchessault is rumored to come to Montreal. That would be nice. But listen, you guys talk about a lot of guys. You want bigger players. Marchessault is a small guy. I think he's 5'9". He's not a big guy. I don't know if 1111 is here, but I kind of disagree with him. He thinks we need to go a lot bigger. But all the guys I've been looking at in researching who the Habs might target, there's not a lot of big guys out there that have the talent anymore. Big guys are a big commodity, I guess you'd say, that can play. Because today's NHL, you got to skate, you got to have skill. You can't be a big blundering guy that just bounces people around. It doesn't work anymore. So the smaller guys are successful, and the guys that are available, they're not big. So I don't know. We're looking to load up on big guys. We're not going to be able to find them. We got to draft him, and I think that's why he's drafted some pretty big defensemen this year. Let me get to see your questions. Do I think Gusev and Julian would do well together? I don't see why not. I guess there's talk that Julian doesn't like Russians. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't see why that would be true. Although, look, they haven't gotten him, or I haven't heard anything about Montreal actually being actively involved in that. But Bergevin doesn't let anything out, so it doesn't surprise me that we're not hearing active talk. Montreal's negotiating. He doesn't like to have that stuff come out. So I think if Gusev's going to get signed, it's going to happen. Let's see. Did I miss anything by anybody? No. Yeah, Levi. I never noticed that they got rid of the Russians. I thought they got rid of the Russians because they weren't good enough. I don't think they get rid of Russians because they're Russians. I don't think so. I don't think Julian has a bias. I think if you're good, and you can play. I think that's all they want. Do you see us making a big trade soon? I don't think a big trade, really. I don't know. I think the hole on the right wing from Shaw has to be filled. But like I say, I think Armia is really going to challenge for it. So I don't know. But I think if there is a trade, it's going to be to fill that hole. So, I mean, that's a top 6 winger, top 6 role. I don't know. But I don't think it's going to be a blockbuster thing. No, I really don't. If it is, that you're going to see Drouin move, I would think. I don't think that anybody else they're going to move. And I hope it's not Suzuki, because there's talk that Suzuki could be involved in something. I really don't want to see that. But if you see a blockbuster move in Montreal side, I think it's going to be Drouin that moves. Okay, let me catch up here. Habs Club, no, I do not have Instagram. I not yet. I don't do Instagram yet. You heard I got traded to the Penguins? No, did not get traded to the Penguins. No, I do not play video games. I'm not a video games guy, so sorry about that. George, yeah, Gusev was drafted by Tampa. I guess there must have been a trade somewhere that he got the rights over to the Knights. Which Habs prospect do I think will have the biggest impact next season? Paling. without a doubt, Paling. I honestly, and like I said, I hope they don't involve Suzuki in a deal. I think Suzuki now will. I'm quite sure he's going to start in Laval, especially if they're grooming him for a center. If they're grooming him to be a center, I don't think they want to start him in Montreal as a center. I don't think so. So I think he's going to Laval. So it's Paling. The other rookie that I think could have an impact might be Leskinen on defense. I think Leskinen has a possibility. I liked what I saw in the development camp. The knock on him was he's not good defensively. He made a few good plays there in the development camp, so I think he's progressed there. And here's the key for Leskinen. He played on the same team with, it was either Ilonen or Ikonen, and that guy said that Leskinen is a beast on the power play, an absolute beast. And I think those were his exact words too. So I think that's what the Habs are interested in him. If he can make the team, he might, if they haven't filled that hole. Because who knows? Juleson was looked really good and everything, but who knows how he'll be after the injury? He might not be the same. We don't know. So, yeah. Hope I answered that. Yeah, Paling. Paling's gonna. I think Paling's on the team. I think it's a sure bet he's on the team, and I like what I see Paling. I think Paling's gonna challenge maybe for a Calder with Kako Capo. Although I think Capo's gonna win the Calder trophy, but I think Paling's gonna be in the running. I can see Paling putting up 40 points this season. I like what I see in Paling. Let me not to get off of Paling. Suzuki's going to play wing in Shawspire. I don't think so, George. I really don't think so. Suzuki said that the Habs are talking to him about being a center, not about being a wing. If that's the case, I think he's going to go to Laval and play. I think at least half the season there. And if he does well, then I could see halfway through the season you might see a move where he comes up, especially if there's an injury. But I think he's starting in Laval. As much as I've been a Suzuki proponent, I don't know if that's the right word, but I want him to be there, but I don't see it now. I see him starting in Laval. Do I think Canadians sign Gardner? I don't see where they get the money. If they sign Gardner, because Gardner made, what, 4.5 last season? From what I heard, his price is coming down because he hasn't been signed yet. So he's probably asking for too much. They only have $4 million right now. I don't know if they're able to sign him, but if they do sign him, because they can go 10% over the cap in the off season, there's going to be a move for sure. Then I can see a guy like Drouin going because he's got $5.5 million contract. I can see them moving a contract like that to make room for getting Gardner. Because don't forget, they've got only a little over $4 million. They got guys to sign next year. Domi, what do you think Domi's going to get? If Duchesne got $8 million, Domi's going to get 6.5. So we need money for that too. And in 2 years the cap should go up because the new contract for the TV in the States. But that's not guaranteed either. So I don't really want to see them spend right up to the cap. So I think Gardner's out. That's what my personal opinion. And I think they're fine. I think the addition of Sherratt on that left side solidifies a couple of things. He's a top four, and he's a monster to play against in front of the net. And that's something we really needed, and I think he addressed it. And I don't think you're going to see another addition there that way. It'll be more of a minor addition for that third pairing. Let's see. There's a spider behind me. Is there? I don't know if there's a spider behind me. I don't see it. If there is one, okay. It's the Habs. Is Leskinen playing this year? Well, that's I just answered that, so I don't know if I answered it in time, but I think that's a possibility for Leskinen, yes. Juleson is getting moved. I hate him, and Drouin is getting moved for Anthony Beauville. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I think that's a possibility that Juleson and Drouin will be moved before the season starts, yeah. I'm not saying for sure, but, look, if Drouin doesn't get moved, he better have that comeback season that he needs, that breakout. He needs that. And I hope if they keep him, that's what happens. Let's see. Nick Leddy at the first. Yeah, I know Leddy makes over 5. I don't know. But okay, to get Leddy though, that's a trade. So yeah, see if you can move Drouin to get Leddy, that's a different story because now you're even up. Because I think Leddy, when I was looking, I think he makes 5.3, and Drouin's 5.5. So yeah. So Leddy, I guess, is a possibility. And like I said, Bergevin doesn't let stuff out, so we won't find out till he. So he's very likely negotiating with a lot of people and teams like the Islanders. I would think. Let's see. David, you said you weren't thinking he was going to sign with Montreal, but who's that now, David? Jake Gardner. Okay. No, I don't think he's signing with Montreal. I really don't. Will they put Paling to the wing? That's a good question because I think he's going to be fourth line center, but you got Nate Thompson for there. So it's I don't. Is he going to knock Kotkaniemi out of the third line center? I don't think so. So possibility, I guess, Paling's going to play the wing. I don't know. It's a possibility. You know what? It's a possibility. Paling is the one who fills that second line spot that Shaw had. I could see that. I think Paling's going to be really good. And I could see him doing that. And look, if he fills that line and say he gets 42 points, Shaw got 47 there last season. It's not that bad. I don't think it's a drop-off. And the experience he gets. So, yeah, I think that's a possibility. And I guess the camp, training camp will decide where and who. If Bergevin makes a trade to fill that hole, then I don't know where Paling will make. I don't know. There's going to have to be some moves. But you know what? This is nice because we don't know. There's so much that can happen. There's so many good players around. It's such a difference. It's really nice. It's exciting again, even though it's I saw something. It's 81 days away till at the start of the season. So training camp is like 2 months away. Yeah, it's exciting. At this time of year, there hasn't been this much excitement for what's going to happen next year in a long time. Domi will probably get 7.5. Gregory, by the way, hi. I agree with you. He might get that much. I kind of think not 7.5, but I can see him getting 7. Duchesne got 8. Duchesne's been around a little longer. He's had a 70-point season, I think, before. But he kind of averages lower than that. But, I think that Domi deserves close to that. No, Peanut, not now, please, buddy. I see Paling more as a center. Levi, I do too. I see Paling as a center. So that's why I'm kind of conflicted. I don't know. But listen, if they put him in the right wing spot on the second line, that's a good opportunity for him. I think he'll take advantage of that too. And I think he can play the wing. I don't think it's a problem. But I see him more as a center. Yeah. Hockey Crabs. I love that name, Hockey Crabs. Who do you think plays first line center, Domi or Danault? I think they keep it the same way. If Domi is a center this year, if they didn't do something to make that change, I think it's same like last year. Danault first, Domi second. Look, Danault didn't do bad. You can't knock Danault. And quite frankly, first and second line were basically 1A, 1B anyway. So, I don't know. Randy, hi, Rich. Get Robinson as assistant coach. Yeah, you know what? That should be for many years. I don't know why that hasn't happened. I don't know. I know Robinson wanted to come here. There was management was at fault, but it's not. I don't know if it's the same management now. But yeah, it seems he wins Stanley Cups where he goes. That's one thing about Robinson. He's won a Stanley Cup with a few teams now in different roles. Hockey Crabs, do I think Hudon will remain in Montreal? No, that Hockey. What? Oh, it's funny. Levi and Hockey Crabs asked basically the same question. What I think with Hudon is I don't know if they'll do anything before arbitration, but if it goes to arbitration, and let's say he wins his arbitration case, I think Montreal walks away from the contract. And I think if they sign him, they try to trade him and give him a shot somewhere else. because I think the guy could play on another team. I just don't think he's got a shot here. There's too much talent here. He's not going to make it here. But I think he can play on other teams. So I think that's what's going to happen. Robinson is a winner wherever. Yeah, that's right. He's won in a couple of places. Let's see, George. If Price gets injured, Kincaid is going to be a good starting goalie. I think he's capable. I think it's better than I'm going to feel a lot more comfortable with Kincaid than I did with Niemi. Hang on, my cat is really bugging me. Peanut, please, not now. Not now, buddy. Not, whoops, not now. Both of you. You know, it's funny. My animal, I've been sitting here for like an hour before. Nobody bugged me. I call them like people. 3 minutes before it's time to go on, they're all over me. I don't know how they know that. I just don't. Let's see. Do I have a delay on? No, but it might be a little laggy. I can't help that. I don't see any lag here in front of me. So it can't be too bad, but it might be laggy in your, and it depends on your connection too. George, who's Larry Robinson? Larry Robinson was part of the big three of Montreal's defense of the 1970s and the 80s. The 80s, they weren't as good, but in the 70s, Larry Robinson was one of the best defensemen in the league. Big, tall, they called him the Big Bird. And if you ran into Larry Robinson, they said it was like running into an oak tree. He was a big, strong farm boy, and he was talented. He put up a couple of seasons. He put up 80 points. Yeah, Larry Robinson, Hall of Famer, and yeah, you should go Google him and you'll see. I actually got a story. I used to deliver pizza. Place I worked at, I'm going to take a drink of water. My boss was friends with Larry Robinson. He was good friends with his agent and became friends with him through that. Hang on. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. And so anyways, I delivered a pizza to him one day. And I got an autograph. I showed it in my, if you go into my video where I do the hockey card video, I showed it. I got his signature. Although I was shy about it, even though I was delivering pizza to him, I had to say it was for my son. I didn't say it was for me, but it was for me. Yeah. So Larry Robinson, great defenseman. Let's see. Advent. Hey, Advent, one of my moderators. Hey, glad to see you. Thinking about next season, and I truly don't see the Habs making the playoffs. Tampa, Toronto, Boston, Panthers, Washington, New Jersey, Islanders, Carolina, or Pens, maybe Montreal. You know what? Listen, I don't think Toronto's as good as they were last year, so that's one. Let me see. You're right about New Jersey, that's for sure. And you know, yeah, well, I think it's Toronto that could drop out of that group. And you know what? You never know, anyways. And you know, injuries play a lot of big part. I mean, there's a lot of things that could happen, and it's early. The season's not here. The U of A season's not over. Trading season's not over for a while yet. We're not done yet. I don't think he's done yet. So, too early to say. I have this projected lineup thing I want to do, and I'm kind of waiting because I think there's a trade happening, and I'm kind of stalled on it because of that. I can't really get the right angle on it. I've got it's hard to project. I don't want to do a video and then boom, they made a trade and everything's changed. So yeah, I know I've talked about it before that I was going to do this video, and it's waiting because of that. But there's a lot of time. Montreal is still, and they improved. And you know what? Ben Sherratt, I think you're going to find a huge difference in goals against, in chances on Carey Price, in guys banging into Carey Price. Not going to happen as much with Ben Sherratt. He's known for that. He cuts down on what do they call that? Not on high percentage chances or something like that. And he turns a lot of those chances into lower ones. He's a good defenseman. He's what we needed. You're going to see a difference there. So we have improved too. Where we haven't improved, depending on if we keep Drouin and he has a breakout season, is up front. Yes, I'll agree. But it's not over yet. I'm rah-rah. I'm a Habs guy. And it's still early, though. It's really early. I wouldn't get worried for at least another month. Yeah, okay, wait. It got too far on me. I got to go up a little bit. Yukon Mapper, I'm not sure why you said children. Okay, Advent, yeah, no problem. I know you were thinking. Don't worry. You're allowed your opinion, even if you think that. That's fine. That's why we debate around here. Everyone has to have their own opinion. Except, mine is right. But, I mean, beside that, oh, by the way, I should announce something since there's a bunch of people in here. I'm going to be doing a podcast. I don't know if it's going to be permanent yet, but I'm getting a tryout on a podcast called Have a Listen. Link is in the description. Check it out. They've got a bunch of podcasts. I'm not on them yet. But yeah, I applied for it and looks like I've got it. I'm getting the tryout, I believe. I think maybe one of them's watching. Gibby Lewis, I don't know if you're watching. But yeah. So anyways, like I said, the link is in the description down there. I hope you guys check it out. And I hope you guys listen to us. It should be fun. They seem like really nice guys. I've listened, and it seems like they're two guys that I can mesh with. And yeah, so I hope it's called Have a Listen. And like I said, link down in below in the description. Okay, let's see. Let me get back to my questions. Montreal will make the next Stanley Cup playoff. Yeah, David, I believe so. I mean, they were 2 points off. Other teams did improve, but so do we. And, you never know how it's going to turn out. It was a very unpredictable season and a very unpredictable playoff. So who knows? But I think, we're not done because I don't think they want to miss the playoffs 3 years in a row. I don't think so. They're gonna improve. I don't think we're done. And by the way, the signings, Verone and Barber, that's not for the big team. Those were two-way contracts. I hope people see that. So, yes, they might get called up in an emergency because someone got injured, but those guys are going down to the AHL. That's why they're two-way contracts. And I know that because Verone is getting $450 in the AHL, and Barber gets $300,000 in the AHL. So it's two-way contracts. So, because I read about that, people are saying, and they include them in the list of players that were signed. They weren't signed to play in Montreal unless it's an emergency. And they do have NHL experience, so that is good. And apparently Riley Barber has some upside to him, possibly. Randy. Oh, Advent says second wild card maybe. Yeah, I'd be happy if they make it in with a wild card, but I'm saying first. I think they'll get the first wild card. Unless there's something happens and then it's so much better, but I think they'll make the first wild card. Randy, besides the players we need, most important is to get someone to fix our power play. Who's on the balcony? My cats. Yeah, the power play is important. That's why I was talking about Leskinen. I think it's a possibility Leskinen can come in. He's a beast apparently on the power play. Like I said, that's why I think they signed him. So that's a possibility there. A guy like Suzuki can do that because Suzuki can run the power play from the half wall. So that's a possibility. If Drouin is on this year, Drouin can run a power play from the half wall. So, I mean, the possibility is still there, but they definitely have to improve that power play. And right there, if they can improve that power play, definitely bring in somebody that we know is going to improve the power play. With the other teams improving themselves, well, that's a big improvement for us because if our power play was in the low 20s percentage, that's an extra probably 5 games that we would have won. We would have made the playoffs easily. So, yeah. So, and what I'm saying there kind of is that the players that were here last year were good enough, except in one aspect. But if you take that away, they were good enough to make the playoffs, and there's a knock on them that I don't see it. I just see that if we keep on this track, we're on the right track. We just need to add a couple of pieces. It doesn't have to be necessarily elite pieces. is what I'm saying. Because you can look at St. Louis, and I guess St. Louis had the size aspect going for them, but they didn't have elite players, so you don't have to. And we're getting a little bigger. And I've let it run off here. I don't know. George, can you be a mod? I've got a bunch of them going, so I'll keep that in mind. And then if I make some more, I will have you in mind. How's that? I can't say right now for sure because I put out 5 or 6. I think it's enough for now. But you're on my list, okay? I know I'm off, guys, because I have it raised a little bit. I'm running slow and I'm talking a lot, so. George, you said Robinson, and I said Larry Robinson. Ribison. Yeah, we both had it wrong. Did I say Robinson? I spoke. Yeah, Robinson. You're right. I did say Robinson. Can someone get arrested in arbitration? Why would you say arrested? No. I mean, unless they pull out a gun or something like that. I don't know. Yukon, Rick, you going to be at Area 51? No, I'm not going to be. Sorry. I'm into that kind of stuff, though, but I'm not. I'm so tied up in YouTube right now. And now this podcast coming out, I don't have a lot of time anymore for a lot of those things, but I'm definitely interested in Area 51 and alien UFOs and all that. Yeah. Let's see now. Okay, now I'm going to roll down here and get back to normal. So if I missed anything, I'll get back to you. I'll get to you, I think. Okay, I'm just going to start here. Someone asked, is it raining? Oh, I'm lost now. I need a new map. Is it raining? I don't think so. Is it raining yet? Are you in Montreal? How do you know it would be raining? It's supposed to rain tonight. Around now, too. Aaron Hiscock. Hey, Aaron. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. William. Boston has the worst prospects, and Montreal has third for the best prospects in the league. Yeah, Montreal's up on rated right up at the top of the league for prospects. We've turned that around. That's what I was saying earlier. That isn't it fun that we're this excited this time of the summer for the next season already, and the prospects that are there and what's coming up and what we're possible. I think we're going to have an exciting season. I don't know why people are so down that we're going to be we're not going to be able to compete against the other teams. I don't see it. It's going to be great. Let's see now. Is it raining? We got to that. Yeah, Advent. Yeah, I think it's gonna still. I don't think they're gonna coast in. They might, but I don't think so. But that's okay. I think they're still gonna make it. Dane, just do one right now, and then do one like week before the start of the season for projected lineup. Yeah, I'm going to. It's just I can't do a video if I can't write it unless I got an angle on it. I'm having trouble getting that angle, and I think it's because I'm expecting something to happen. I was working on a little bit on it today. I'm getting there. I'm hoping it'll come out in the next few days. But I want to do it because I don't know. It's something I wanted to do, and I'm just having trouble getting it done. Don't ask me why. I think it's because I feel something's happening soon. But yeah, I'm going to do another one before the season starts because it's going to be relevant. Where am I now? William. Oh, yeah, is that William? Apparently, Gravity. Is that how you say Gravity? Gravity? I don't know. He follows me on Twitter. I follow him too, and I subscribe to him. But I didn't know. I found out he follows me. I'm on Twitter. I don't know if anybody knows. I'm on Twitter. Starting to get a presence there. Apparently, that's where I found these guys from the podcast. They were looking. I found it there, and I applied. And yeah. So I'm really pumped for this podcast. I really am. It's exciting, actually. A great opportunity. These guys, I'm really. If you're there, guys, I'm really almost overwhelmed with the opportunity. But don't worry, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be ready. Let's see. The screen went out. Okay. Montreal will get about the same amount of points between 90 and 100. I kind of see them getting closer to 100 this time. And I think it's going to be enough to sneak in. I think one of the wild card spots, I kind of hope it's the first one, but I won't be surprised with a wild card spot. But hey, look, a wild card spot gets you in. And look, I don't expect them to win the Stanley Cup, but I want them in the playoffs and getting some experience because I'd like to see that in the next 3 years, maybe 4 years. I can see them getting a cup within that time. But I don't expect it for next season. I mean, I don't think anybody really does. Let me see now. Levi, you're going to listen? Thanks. I appreciate that. And I'll notify you when. I don't imagine it's going to be till August sometime. I don't know. I'm getting more details soon. And I'll let you guys know because I'd love to have all you guys watch. I listen. It's not a watch thing. Yeah. These guys, I've listened to a few of their podcasts. They're out there. You can listen. I think it's the same kind of stuff I do. A similar style that I do in my videos, and I like their sense of humor. I like the way they do their podcast. So I'm really pumped. I think there's a lot of potential there, and they've been around 3 seasons. They just finished their 3rd season, so I would be in the 4th season. So it's not like it's a brand new podcast. They know what they're doing, that's for sure. And I'm really excited. I don't know if you can tell. I'm really excited. Yeah, I am. Okay, let me get back to you guys here. I didn't realize it scrolled up so much. Must be a lot of stuff down there. Whoop. I need a new mouse. This is what's happening to me. The mouse is... Okay, Atlantic is weak. I'm going to go from there because I'm having trouble with my mouse. Atlantic, I don't know anymore. I tell you the truth, I don't know anymore. Which is is our division the Atlantic? I don't think it is. Philly, your division would be Atlantic, wouldn't it? Hockey Crabs, good question. How many years do I predict Caulfield making the team? Okay. Don't expect Caulfield at training camp because he's going to be playing for the Badgers, the Wisconsin Badgers, the NCAA. I know this because on Twitter, I don't know how I found it, if someone liked it or if I had subscribed to the Badgers because he's going to be there. But they're already promoting that he's going to be there. And believe there's a rule that if he's going to be in college, he can't play. He can't be at the training camp. So don't expect him. But this is what I expect. He's going to do 1 year at college. I think it'll be good for him. And I think there's a possibility that from there, he'll be the 2nd year. He'll be here. And then 2nd or 3rd, he might. I don't expect him to do a lot of college. Let me put it that way. I don't know how else to say it. I think Paling did all 4 years. I don't expect that from Caulfield. Sorry. From Caulfield, I kind of see 1 season in college, and I think he might make it here. I think if they think he's good enough, and if he thinks he's good enough, I think he'll try to make the jump after 1 season. Habs win Cup next year. Philly, come on, you're bugging us now. Philly's going to, look, the Flyers are going to win the Cup next year. Come on. You know that. Don't take it away from you. No, the Habs aren't going to win the Cup next year. I really don't think so. I'd love it. I'd love to see the St. Louis thing happen in Montreal next season. And I'm not going to say, well, but I don't think so. I mean, that's unlikely. But I guess it could happen. No problem, George. You're welcome. Joe Big Shot. Love the name. Ottawa, Montreal, Detroit are making the playoffs next year, no doubt. I don't see Ottawa doing that. And it's not because I'm a Habs fan that I'm going to say I see only Montreal doing that from those 3. But I don't see Detroit being maybe not that far behind because of Eiserman. I think good things are going to happen in Detroit. Ottawa, I don't know. If you watch my video on my 31, how I rank the teams in order how I like them, Ottawa is kind of a circus right now. I don't know which direction they're going. So I don't know if you're a big Ottawa fan, and I don't want to insult you, but I mean, come on, reality is reality. I don't dislike Ottawa, that's for sure. But I see Montreal doing it, and I see Detroit in the next 2 years or more, 2, 3 maybe. Eiserman's going to clean that team up. George, Sonny Milano. Here comes my cat. She's insistent. Come on. Okay, just give me a sec. She's insistent. She's going to step on the computer if I don't do this, and then everything's screwed up. That's my old cat. You've seen her before. It's just she steps on my computer, and I don't like her to be doing that. Sonny Milano, former first-round pick, 2014, got arrested. No, I didn't see anything about that. Don't really know who he is either, to be honest with you. I think Toronto will look the same if they resign Marner. Gardner, Kadri versus Barry or Kerfoot and Spezza's there. They got better defense but worse offense. I don't know. I guess, look, we'll see after the season starts. I don't know. And the Blue Jackets are looking like they might offer sheet him, so I don't know. And what if they offer sheet him at 12.5? How is Toronto going to match? And then if Toronto matches, they got to get rid of some of that stuff that you're talking about, and then no, they're going to be worse off. They're going to have good scoring, but they're going to be letting up a lot of goals. So I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work out. I think the Spezza signing was good, especially at the price, league minimum $750. I mean that's a good signing. Kerfoot, apparently, I don't know a lot about Kerfoot, but apparently that's apparently really good. And Barry, that's Tyson Barry, I believe, a good prospect or good upside. So yeah, but if Marner's not there, or if he's offer sheeted, could be a big problem. Levi is raining. I can't tell from where I am right now. I don't hear it. It doesn't sound. But I got two fans going, so I don't know. George, yeah, okay, you're in Montreal. I didn't know. Wasn't sure anyway. David, if Montreal Canadiens don't make the playoffs, I think Jeff Molson needs to let Marc Bergevin and accrue Julien. I guess you don't like Julien. I would imagine that's a good possibility that Montreal doesn't make the playoffs. That's Bergevin's job. I would kind of, maybe expect that. So that's why I don't think it's done yet. And it's kind of why I'm a little surprised about that Aho offer sheet. I don't know if that was a really good move, especially when you really need to save your job. I don't know. Okay, let me see now. Do I think the Habs are done with the offseason? No, Hab Nation, I don't. No, I really don't. There's some, I don't know how major a move's coming, but I really do believe there's a move coming. And I think it's going to be a good one. I hope it's Gusev. I really do. I think Gusev is the right kind of move for them because I like his potential. And I like what it's going to cost them, which is nothing off the roster. They don't have to make a decision there. And they have enough space to sign him right away. And then there'll be some minor moves. There's a little bit more cap space, I think. But, that's what I think is going to happen. But, I say that, and the opposite is going to happen. And look, Bergevin does not let a lot leak. We don't usually find out anything until it actually happens. And usually the rumors we hear and all that aren't what he's working on. So it's hard really to say. But I like the idea of the Gusev thing, and I hope it's something that's actually being dealt with or negotiated or whatever. Philly, you're in Montreal. It's not raining. You're not in Montreal? You're in Philly. One of you guys was coming. Is it you or Anthony? I'm not sure it was you or Anthony that was coming into Montreal. Are you in Montreal, really? Oh, and I won't see that. I asked you, and I'm scrolled up still. I got to catch up. Do I think that MB didn't want a center when Dzingel signed for 2 years in Carolina? And wasn't Ferland a steal? I kind of thought Ferland and Dzingel would have been a good signing. I'd have been happy. And look at the number. They could have afforded that number for either of them. So I don't know. I kind of thought that's what they were going to look for, a winger. So it's kind of, I don't know. And that's why I say Bergevin has really tight-lipped. He holds his cards close to his chest. It's hard to tell. Okay, George, you're seeing rain. Yeah, I mean, it might not be raining where you are and then raining where I am. It happens a lot in Montreal. It doesn't rain on the whole island. Often it happens. And I think tonight the rain is like showers, so it could be moving around. Okay, Philly, your message was retracted, so I don't know what you said in it, but we don't see it. So you got to reword that. Uh, yeah, George, I'm sure there's rain. We're supposed to get rain here in Montreal. Starting at 9 o'clock, it was supposed to start for a few hours. So yeah, it just I don't think it's raining here because I don't hear it. My windows and doors open. So okay, I'm going scrolling down a little bit with this mouse. It gets to be an adventure to find where I was. Damn it! Hang on a sec. Okay, now I found where I was. I'm gonna maybe try it this way. Maybe this is better. There we go. That's better. Okay, you want to go? No, okay. If you want to go, you got to go down here. So it's not up there. Good try. I'm all full of fur. Okay, I'm gonna go right here. Habs and Rangers wild card. Rangers, I don't know. Rangers could do a lot better. They improved a lot. I'm not looking at myself. I'm doing better at that. They've improved a lot. I think the Rangers this season. I think you're gonna see a different Rangers team. I really do. So, but yeah, I mean, maybe they're also wild card spot. But yeah, let's see. A lot of people believe New Jersey will make the playoffs. I don't see it even after they made good moves there in a goalie situation. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, I kind of agree with you. They don't have the goalie. And look, there's still a lot of time. I just don't know what goalies are out there for them to make an improvement. I don't. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see where they're gonna get an improvement. And who's there? Is it Schneider that's there? Maybe Schneider has a bounce back season. I don't know. But yeah, their goalie situation is not great there. So yeah, maybe New Jersey doesn't. They've improved everywhere else, but I don't. You're right about that. So look, there's a good point for Montreal making the playoffs. Binnington deal was pretty fair. What do I think? I don't know the details. I only know it was a 2-year extension. I didn't see the money because I saw it just before going on air. So I didn't see the money. And yeah, here, I just gotta close something there. So yeah, I don't know. What did he get? Let me know what he got there, and I'll tell you. But yeah, I think it was a good signing. I think they needed to sign him. He looks really good, and I don't think he's going to have that sophomore jinx season. This guy looks like legit. Should we? Okay. Alouettes win. I don't really follow CFL, to be honest with you, but they suck this year, from what I know. George, your message got deleted. Advent, you can, yeah, you're a monitor. You can look at it, and if it's okay, just put it up. I don't see anything. It just says message deleted. Fun time. Paling played 3 years of and say, okay, 3 years. Okay, but you know what? It was good for his game. It was good for him because he's a smart guy. I think he wanted the schooling, and I think we're going to see a really good Ryan Paling. I think Ryan Paling might be the guy that surprises this year. If people are thinking he's not going to be, I think Paling might challenge for Calder or be in the running anyway. You know? And remember, it'll be his rookie season. He only played the one game last season. Let's see now. We have to make the playoffs no matter what. I think Sabres, Wings, Sens, and Panthers eliminate by 2 points. That's my prediction. Sabres are looking much better. Sabres have made some really good moves, so I don't know. Sabres, I think, might be in the playoffs, so don't put them out. The Wings, I don't think this year because Yzerman needs to get to work. I don't think it's all done, obviously. So I don't think the Sens. I really don't think. I mean, barring a miracle, I don't see how the Sens make the playoffs. Panthers are starting to do some stuff, and Bobrovsky's going to make a difference over there. So I don't know. I think Panthers made a good move by signing Bobrovsky. So yeah, I guess you're saying eliminated by 2 points. So maybe that they just missed the playoffs. But right, Panthers are going to be in that running. I think anyway. Glenn Schaefer. Hey Glenn, did I lose you there? Nope. A little truth. Last 2 times Habs won the cup, we weren't that great either. Right. A superstar goalie and a lot of overachieving took us there both times. Can be done this year as well. And if you want to go back to I think it was 93. If you go back to that one, the last one, the big teams got knocked out also. There was a lot of luck involved there. And Patrick Roy, the 10 overtimes in a row. I mean, and 86, Patrick Roy is a rookie. Claude Lemieux is a rookie. Again, I think top teams got knocked out. So there was a chance for the lesser teams. That's what happened. That's right. So a good point. We don't have to be the best team. We need just to make the playoffs. Because once you make the playoffs, first round, you never know. Some of those good teams, look, Tampa got knocked, all of them got knocked out in the first round this year. That happens, and your chance goes up exponentially. And that's how St. Louis won. Have got to make a trade because we have a lot of picks. Yes, we have a lot of picks, but there's a reason for that as well. Draft is here in Montreal next year. Timmins is quoted as saying they're stockpiling picks. Yes, I'm sure they will use them if they need to in a trade. I agree, but they're stockpiling picks for next year's draft. It's not only a deep draft, apparently, but it's in Montreal. They want to be at the podium a lot. 19 Coyotes, sup, bro? Am I too old to sound like that? Sorry, don't mean to do that. But, hey, nice to see you. Leafs are just a good regular season team. Too soft come playoffs. Yeah, well, they're the Leafs. Sorry, Leaf fans. I'm sorry. But they're the Leafs. What do you expect? The Toronto Maple laughs. Once again, sorry, Leafs fans. Don't hate me for that. You can call us. I don't know. I don't know what do they call the Canadians to make us. What's the equivalent of the Toronto Maple laughs for the Canadians? I don't know. The have-nots? Where was I now? Hey, let's see now. Well, don't go too much. Bad. Okay, let me go down a little bit more. Okay. Leafs will always get crushed by Bruins. Seems like it, eh? I mean, look, Montreal has the Bruins numbers, but not every year. There'll be a year when the Leafs will eat the Bruins, I would think, you know. Especially if they're going to be matched up every year. It's going to happen. But it's the Bruins that can't beat Montreal. That's the thing. At least percentage-wise, it's a very high percentage in the playoffs. And I'm kind of happy about that. One thing's for sure, whenever I do when Seattle comes into the league and there's 32 teams, Toronto and Boston shift down and become 31 and 32. That you can guarantee when I do my next version of that, I can write them in now and put that away for next year, and it's still going to stay the same. And I don't care what they're doing and who's on that team. I don't care. That's never going to change. And I'm sorry, my hatred for them may change to be that I don't cheer for them, as the hockey guy puts it. That'll happen probably because of my channel and talking to fans like Philly and Anthony, who are Philadelphia fans who aren't my favorite team. But I'll tell you what, they will probably influence me to like them a lot more over time because I'll learn more about they've changed. It's not the same team as it used to be. So that'll change, and that'll be because of those guys. So, yeah. But that'll never happen for Boston and Toronto. Yeah. And same thing, number one is always going to be Montreal. Always. And I don't care if Montreal sucks the bag. They're still going to be number one. Okay, enough of a rant. That's not a rant, is it? That was pleasant. Let's see now. Yeah, in the playoffs, yes, they'll all. Yeah, during the regular season, the Bruins will get beat sometimes by Toronto, but in the playoffs, not right now anyway. Do I think Mete will score? Yes. Mete could be one of those that has his breakout season and puts up 10, 15. Because I think Mete's the kind of guy that's going to have that first one go in, and then he's going to put in a few more. And it's like the floodgates are open. And then he'll settle into his normal, whatever he's going to get. But I can see Mete scoring one and then scoring 5 in the next 5 games. So and then slow down and become 15 at the end of the year. Mete's a good player. I know we all wanted, and I wanted Ghost here, and I know that, but Mete's a good player. He's got wheels that a lot of guys don't have. Have you seen this guy's wheels? He can come from behind the net and come back and make it back in time to make his defensive play. He can move. That's something that's needed back there. A little bit more scoring, and I think he's going to be fine with Weber. And any mistakes he's making, Weber covers up for that right now. So I think in a couple of years they grow together. I think it's good. So Mete, yes, Mete will score. Mete will not go through his career without a goal. Have I heard the news out of the Leafs? Leafs are dynasty. The Leafs never. I mean, they won, I think, 11 Stanley Cups, I think. But they've never been a dynasty. You got to win 3 in a row, or 3 out of 4 years, or 4 out of 5. You got to something like that. And look, the Habs had twice 4 years in a row, and once 5 years in a row. And one of the 4 years in a row was not in the 5 years in a row. It was 2 separate times, 4 years in a row, and one time 5. Nobody's going to ever touch that. So, yeah. And I saw one of those from 76 to 79, 76, 77, 78, 79. I saw them all. It got to the point where we expected to win. It was, we didn't win the cup, it was a bad season. Imagine. Now we're happy to make the playoffs. It's how much it's gone backward. But when I was a kid, they didn't win the cup. They sucked. That was a bad season. They sucked. And they lost the cup in the finals, and it was a sucky season. So that's what Montreal fan of my era, anyways, expects. I know you younger guys don't get it because you haven't seen a cup, and I get that. But I saw eight cups. Yeah, I so miss seeing that. I can't wait till the next one. I want it as bad as you guys. Believe me, even though I saw 8, I want number 9 and number 25 overall as bad, as not more than you guys. My passion, look, unfortunately, I kind of showed my passion. What are we at, an hour? Unfortunately, I showed my passion in that video that I'm kind of embarrassed. I left it up because it's me. It was a really quick fan reaction. The second Aho video of the offer sheet where they officially matched. I was mad at what I read, and I didn't really think it through. And of course, they had to do that. I get that now, and I shouldn't have done the video. But I mean, you can see my passion for the team from that. I mean, I really shouldn't have done that video, but I really got beat up over that. But I'm not ashamed of my passion for them. But I should have just waited and cooled down and read a little bit more. But anyway, what are you gonna do? I told you, cut my arm, and it bleeds blue, red, white, and blue. I mean, it's weird, but it does. Hey, one day he's going to score. Yeah, one day he's going to score. Admin, I like Gusev, but we have way too many forwards. But yeah, so they signed Gusev. First of all, they're allowed to go over the limit in the off season. They have to be in line by the time the season's I think the season starts, not even training camp. They have to be down to the limit by the time the season starts, right? So it's fine. They can sign Gusev. That's not a problem. And then there's plenty of time. You move a couple of guys. Hudon, I don't think Hudon's around. I really don't. So that's not big off the cap, but that's a contract gone. They're going to move some small guys. Deslauriers, why do you think they moved Deslauriers? They didn't move him really for the 4th round pick. It was a good. I wouldn't think they could get a 4th round pick for Deslauriers, but they did. But I don't think they moved him for that. I think they moved him to clear space in bodies, and it was $1 million off the cap. Let me see. Let me move the bar down a little bit. Oh no, where am I? I'm down near the bottom. Okay, Habs trade price for Binnington news. Yeah, okay, funny. Hey Joe, you got a good sense of humor, buddy. I like Binnington, don't get me wrong. I'm just trying to adjust here. Oh, damn, it went up too much. Yeah, but no, we're not trading for Binnington. No, that didn't happen. Hey, damn it, where am I? What happened here? Oh, here I am. Okay. Jeez, I can't believe how much is down there. Sorry, guys, if I'm slow. Binnington, 2 years, 4.4. That's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, even if he craps out, that's not bad. 2.2 cap hit for Binnington. And I don't think Binnington's going to crap out. Binnington's the real deal, I believe. The UFA list next year is kind of bad compared to this past year. UFAs, yeah, okay, UFA is fine. I'm not big on signing UFAs. As a matter of fact, I got a stat here. 2016 UFA top UFA contracts from 2016. 5 of them. I'm going to tell you what they are. Milan Lucic. Let me take a drink of water first, and you'll see why signing UFAs might not be great. Okay. Milan Lucic, 7 years, $6 million cap hit. Kyle Okposo, 7 years, $6 million cap hit. Louis Eriksson, 6 years, $6 million cap hit. David Backes, 5 years, $6 million cap hit. Andrew Ladd, 7 years, $5.5 million cap hit. Not great. You know, a lot of times teams really regret that. And don't be surprised if Nashville regrets signing Duchesne for $8 million for 7 years. Don't be surprised. So, because at the time, these guys, I mean, maybe it wasn't like, oh, that's great signing. But I remember hearing some of these were like, that's a good sign, not Lucic. Look what it turned out to. So, yeah, it's not always the best thing. That's why I didn't want a signing. I don't want them to sign Gardner. I don't. I think they've got enough. They signed Sherrod. I don't mind a low level. Look, Sherrod, $3.5 million. What's that? That's nothing. But when you're putting out 6, 7, 8 million for long periods of time, you know, I don't like that. And that's exactly why. Now let me get back down here if I can. Don't accept any more moves by MB. Less than 5 million in cap space left. Good to always have a buffer. That's right. For injuries, whatever, it's good to have that buffer. Now, look, I got to admit, if they make the deal for Gusev and they sign him, we'll have the buffer because the moves that are going to be made after. And look, don't be surprised if Paul Byron gets moved. That's he's making a little over, I think, $3.5 million. There might not be room for him, really. I like Byron, so nobody come down on me about this. I like Byron, but don't be surprised if Byron gets moved to make that buffer happen. You know, if they sign a guy like Gusev. Because if they sign a guy like Gusev, there's a good shot that there's no space for Byron. And I kind of said it in my first projection videos. I was having trouble fitting Byron in. And Shaw, too, and Shaw got traded. I'm not saying I'm a guru or anything. Please don't think that. But I kind of got it right with Shaw. So let me see now. I hope Montreal Canadiens, Detroit Red Wings, Vegas Golden Knights, and St. Louis, Edmonton Oilers all make the Stanley Cup playoffs. Rick, ignore my last message at 9:46. Well, no. Oh, why? It's fine. I can't tell the time anyway on it, so I wouldn't ignore it. You're allowed to have your opinion anyway. And if you made a mistake, well, you made a mistake. I don't come down on anybody. You can, as long as it's not hate towards me or anybody else in the channel. I won't look at you guys. Hey, anything. You can say anything. Just don't like any hate speech. I don't like any hate at anybody else. I don't like anybody getting mad and swearing and all that stuff. I don't like that stuff. We're here to have a good debate, conversation. So anything. And if you made a mistake, don't worry, we wouldn't laugh at you. At least I wouldn't anyway. And if I laughed at it, it's laughing not at you, but with you, because you're admitting you made a mistake. Although, honestly, I don't know. I like the Golden Knights. Part of the reason is one of my earliest subscribers on my channel was VGK coverage, and a really good guy. And because of him, I mean, I'm nothing against the Knights anyway, but because of him, they're a team that I would cheer for. He's made me a Knights fan. Let's see now. Do you think Caulfield will make the Habs this year? No, Stephen, I was talking about it earlier. You might not, by the way, hi. You might not have been in. Caulfield's going to play in Wisconsin for the Badgers college. So I think he's going to do, I personally think 1 year there. And then if he's doing well enough, and believe me, they're going to scout him, so they're going to know how he's doing. If they think he can make the jump, and he thinks he can make the jump after 1 year, I think he will. But I think he's going to do a season at. He's not going to be in camp, so don't expect him in camp this camp. He can't. There's kind of a rule. He can't do it. And I saw on Twitter, I saw from Wisconsin tweeted it, showing him he's number 8 in his uniform. He's playing for them next year, which actually I think is a good thing. I think that's a really good thing. I don't think it's going to be bad that he goes there. It's a little bit faster than he's used to. It's not NHL speed, but man, these kids play fast anyway. So I think it's good for him to take at least one jump up. If he doesn't play the AHL, that's fine, but I think that'll be good for him 1 year in college. I deleted the message because he said the same word. Yeah, that happens. It happens. It happened before. 2 guys, it was almost the same question. I thought it was funny. And we're like one right after the other. But look, we're all Habs fans. We're all thinking along same lines. There's enough of you guys in here that it could happen. My prediction, Habs 51, 25, and 6. I think you're being a little optimistic there. I don't know if they'll hit 50, but I hope so. That'd be really nice if they hit 50. I think you might be a little optimistic there, but I think around 100, I could see 102, 98 to 100, and maybe 98 to 104. I kind of think they're there. I hope not the 98 side. I see them more to the 100, 102 side. I see Penguins missing the playoffs. Yeah, they just got Galchenyuk. Although I think that'll be good for Galchenyuk, but I didn't like what I saw from them in the playoffs this year. I thought they would beat the Islanders, and I did not like what I saw from them. So maybe their window might be closed now. It's a possibility they need to make a shake up there and do some, which is why I think they went after Galchenyuk. So, and there's big rumors of Letang being moved. So I don't know what's going on there. Let's see now. Jackets will miss. I mean, unless they offer sheet Marner and get him. If they really offer sheet Marner and they get Marner, yeah, they still have enough there that with a guy like Marner, they can make the playoffs. But no, if they don't get anybody like that, yeah, I don't see them making the playoffs yet either. I can see them being close though. They're not. They still have some good players there. And Nyquist was a decent addition. It doesn't replace what they lost, but it's still a good addition. Dubois, Atkinson. I mean, is it? I don't know if it's Werenski or Warenka up front. Werenski, I think, is the defense. They've got some good pieces there still. And look, I don't like Torts. I'll say I haven't liked him at times, but I think he's a good coach. He's turned into a really good coach. And a good coach for that team. So they're going to be close. But I don't see them making it this year. They need to really add at least another really high-quality piece. They lost too much. And goaltending, I don't know. They're going to have to do something with goaltending. So I think there's going to be a move somewhere for goaltending with them. Okay, I'm going to move this thing down. Okay, I'm good. I can see Pens and Jackets missing, but not no, I didn't say anything about Washington missing. Kind of depending. There was talk about them trading Holtby. I don't know if that's a good idea. So, but I don't expect Washington to be out. No. Philly, you just said okay. I'm not sure why. Sorry. But if I said something good and you're saying okay, hey, good for me. I'm old, eh? I have senior moments, so remember that, guys. I don't think Carolina makes it again. I don't know. I think Carolina made a good move in picking up Dzingel. They didn't lose Aho. I I think the Zingle might even be a little better than Furland on the offensive side. So I think that might be good. You want to make a return here? Is that what you're trying to do? My cat wants to make a return on camera. Um, so who were we talking about? The Zingle side, Carolina. Sorry, guys. Carolina. Yeah, no, I don't know about that. I think Carolina's still looking good. Even with my problems with their fans, I got a threat. I had to block the guy from the channel. Um, so I don't hold it against. Actually, a couple of the other fans were really good about it. So, yeah, I have no problem with it. Yeah, I think Carolina actually improved. So yeah, unless they do something else, but I think they're finished. I think they're done with making moves, and I think they improved. Uh, the Isles, um, they didn't. Did they lose any big pieces? I don't think so. I think the Isles should do about as good as they did. I don't think they'll have a drop off. A good thing they didn't lose it. Did they lose anybody? I can't. I'm trying to think. I can't remember. I know they signed Lee back. So no, I think they'll be okay. Oh, because they have Reamer. Oh, you're right. Or Reimer, however you say that. You're right. I don't like Reimer. You're right. Leonard left. Oh, that could be a big difference. Yeah, you might be right. I wasn't thinking about that. Yeah, I don't like Reimer as a backup, but and I think they shouldn't let Leonard go. I don't know if they made the right choice in Grice, but we'll see. I guess, right? We'll see if it's the right choice in Grice. I'm gonna have a Starburst. I'm hungry. Actually, I haven't eaten supper yet. I get a little nervous before, so if I haven't really cooked anything yet, or if I haven't cooked it on time, I like to eat late anyways. Then I don't eat till after. Let's see now. Panthers gonna take a spot, I'm sure. Yeah, I think the Panthers, Bobrovsky's gonna make a difference, and they've got Barkov. Is it Barkov that their big guy? They got decent up front, and their defense, I think they improved a little bit. If I'm correct. So yeah, I can see the Panthers. Might be a wild card, but I can see them making it. Fun time. Never too old, bro. You're 49? Yeah, I'm 56. Welcome. Yeah. Well, apparently I'm about 20 years too old for YouTube. From what I can gather, I don't know. I'm doing it. You know the funny thing? I watched the video. I don't know if anybody knows Brightside, their creator. And it was, what's your brain's age? Your mental age? And I got 30 to 39. So I guess mentally I'm young, and if I'm in that age bracket mentally, kind of makes sense as to why I'm doing okay here on YouTube, and I'm not like too old for it. I don't have that old. I don't know why I'm looking at myself. Sorry guys, I'm doing good for a while. Yeah, I think that's why I'm doing okay. But apparently I'm like 20 years too old for YouTube. I didn't find out about that till after I started, which I'm glad because it might have stopped me. I'm kind of glad I didn't really find out about that. That's the kind of thing that might have stopped me. But I dove into it and kind of find that I don't know if you guys, anybody watched any of my old videos. They suck. I'll tell you right now, they suck. I didn't have any on-camera presence. I was too nervous. It takes a while to get used to it, and it's kind of why, like, I'm going after this podcast. I've never done a podcast, but I know I can do it. I have the confidence to do it, and I mean, I'm talking here for an hour and 13 minutes, and I'm alone talking. At least on a podcast, it's three guys. I don't have to talk for an hour and a half or whatever. I guess it varies sometimes the length of the podcast. But I feel I'm really ready for it now from that experience. I mean, I leave those videos up because I'm not embarrassed by them. And I think my point was I just took a jump into it and found out that for the first time in my life, I've had times when I wanted to do things in my life, but didn't have the confidence, and then thought, well, a guy like me can't do it. I can't do it. And I didn't do things. And it's kind of the first time, well, the second time, I did a lawn care business for a while. And I kind of jumped into that, and it was good results. And I jumped into this kind of, and yeah, I'm doing okay. I really love what I'm doing. Um, I love talking to you guys. So I took on this podcast. I know I can do it, and I'm glad these guys, Lewis and Gibby, have they've watched my videos and they like what I'm doing, and I'm glad they're giving me this opportunity because I know I can do it. I mean, I kind of think I'm gonna be okay at it. I'm my worst critic, so when I say okay, I kind of mean I don't want to say I'm gonna be good at it because I don't like to do that about myself, but I kind of feel like that. So yeah. So and I hope you guys will watch. I'm gonna promote it again here right now. Hope you don't mind. If you look in the description, there's a link for the. It's called Have a Listen. It's a podcast. It's been going on for a few years. They give me the opportunity to be third guy in. So the link's in the description. They've got, if you go on that link, I believe you can listen to the season 3 ended last week, so you can listen to them. I think all in order. I'm not positive, but you can find a bunch. I've listened to a few already, and you can check them out. And even go on there if you guys are Twitter guys. You can find them on Twitter. Give them a follow on Twitter. They seem like really good guys. They're giving me a really big opportunity, I'll tell you. It's a really big opportunity because this isn't just a podcast that's just starting out. Nobody knows about it. Excuse me. So I'm getting a really good opportunity. I'm really, I'm almost in shock, but I have the confidence to do it. It's not that. I don't get nervous too much about like even the live stream. I thought I would, and I don't. And I never think about when I put the camera on. I never think about everybody who's watching and stuff like that. When you look at my channel, it freaks me out. If I'm up to 82,000 views, I know a lot of people have watched me, and it still doesn't make me nervous. And I'm a shy guy. If you know me in my real life, if you ever get to know me, I'm not really like this, unless there's a camera on me, I guess, or a microphone. I never knew I had that. So, and listen to me, I'm running my mouth off. So sorry about that. And we got about another 15 minutes to go, so just to let you guys know. Let's see. Let me get down to some of these questions here. I think Canadians should play Gloria when Boston Bruins plays Montreal Canadiens. Nah. I don't know. I find some of that music in between, if you're at the game anyway, it's really freaking loud. Kind of hard to even talk to, if you're sitting next to them. You can't even talk to someone you're sitting next to, so I don't know. Don't we have, Jeanette Renault was our good luck charm. I don't know what happened with that. They stopped using her. I don't know. Anthony Manzano, your message was retracted. I don't know why I can't see it. Sorry. If it was because you might have said something, you might have said something bad and nasty to me. I don't know. But you might have said something innocent that they thought was nasty. It happens. I don't know. Or one of my mods might have retracted it. I don't know. So sorry. Hopefully it was a good thing. Hopefully not a troll thing. But hi. Welcome to the show. Habs Nation. Hail to Habs for Drouin. Hall? Is that Hall or hail to Habs for Drouin? Oh, Taylor Hall. Oh, I like that. I don't know why Jersey would do that though. But I like that. That would be nice. I never thought of that one. But I kind of think with the changes in Jersey, I don't think Hall's going to leave. I think he's going to sign. And he's signed for one more year. So, but I don't think he's going to leave next year. I think it's going to work out with him. I think, anyways, he's signed for one more year. He's not a UFA. Gregory, Mete is a RFA next year, so he will have a breakout season and increase his value. Well, considering his age, I think the breakout season will be more due to his growing as a player than him looking for a better contract. Not that that doesn't hurt. Oh, by the way, I think it sounds like it's raining outside here now. I'm not sure. Yeah, but I think he's gonna have a breakout season just on his own, improving. He's apparently working really hard, working on his shot, which is the one thing that he kind of needs to improve from the point. And yeah, But I don't think it's just to increase his value for the contract. As full-blood old Habs, this is from Fun Time, old Habs fans, the Leafs and Bruins will always be ranked dead last. That's right. That's right, buddy. Best season ever, not including Habs Cup. Leafs go 0-82 this season. Okay, sorry, Leafs fans. I don't mean to laugh at that, but I can't help myself. But, man, that would be great. Yeah. That would really be nice. I'd love to see that. But, it's not going to happen. Let's see. Randy got his message retracted also. Don't know why. Randy, I don't think it's because you're being nasty, because I know I've spoken to you a lot here, but I just got hit with that. Hang on a second. Goddamn. Okay, here we are. Is Patrick Laine and Kyle Connor signed with Vancouver? No, it's the Jets. Or can my Panthers sign both of them? Well, I believe they can both be offer sheeted. But they didn't sign with Vancouver, no. But you got to offer sheet them. They're restricted agent. Kyle Connor, I'm not sure, because you can be an RFA but not be eligible for an offer sheet. And I don't know about Kyle Connor, but Laine can be offer sheeted. So you'd have to, the Panthers would have to. But I doubt it, because I don't know if they've got enough money left to offer sheet him. You're going to have to pay him a lot. Whenever the Habs visit other Canadian cities, the Habs fans outweigh their own in the arena. Can't say that about Leafs. Everyone, no, okay, for all the Canadian guys watching me now, because the American and from everywhere else won't get this, but Rogers kind of owns NHL in Canada for some goddamn reason, and Sportsnet, and they want, because they're out of Toronto, they want Toronto to be the Canada's team, but in reality, Montreal is Canada's team. And sorry, I just kicked my dog underneath. And that's a good point, because every arena Montreal plays in Canada, there are more fans. There are more fans there than for Montreal than there are for the home team. But that's because a lot of the home team fans that, when Montreal's not there, are there and cheering on Calgary. Their real favorite team is Montreal, so that's why. But yeah, that's a very true thing. It's funny too. It's funny to see when you go to I think even in Toronto, when you go to Toronto, there's a lot of Habs fans there. It's funny to see. The 4th round pick for Delorier was a steal. Yeah, it was a steal, and they were moving Delorier because they wanted to move bodies too. And that $950,000 he was making was way too much for what they were getting from him. Although not downing on Delorier, he was good for what he did, but I think it was a little high salary. But yeah, getting a 4th round pick back for it was really good, because they might need to use that for a trade. Longest drought without a championship in all sports is Toronto right now, isn't it? I know St. Louis had a long run, but Toronto, I think, now has the longest, or still has. I'm not sure. Oh, is that in all sports? Sorry, you said all sports. You're right. The Indians. 71 years. And how long was the Red Sox, the drought? That was a long one, too. 71 years. My God, that's long. Byron is a true Hab at heart. I love Byron. Believe me, I really do. But, Byron is a guy that right now his value is at a peak. And you can get max value back for him. And if you need $3.5 million in cap space, Paul Byron's probably the guy. And look, I could be wrong. I like Byron a lot. I'd love them to keep him. But, don't be shocked. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they're trading him. I'm just saying don't be shocked if they do. Oops, they keep screaming me out. Byron and Drew for Ghost. Nah, that Ghost talk is done. That's got to be done. Philly 5-0. Oh, you're the one saying it. Jesus. I'm sorry. Come on, that talk is done, isn't it? in Philly. Isn't it done? Can Drouin play on the right side, on the right wing slot? I don't know. He's a left winger. I don't know. I think he shoots left as well. So no, I don't think it's a good idea. Um, Considering the trouble he's having anyway, I wouldn't want to add that to his things he's got to do better this year. No. Let me see now. Let me get back down there. Byron for draft choices makes sense. Yeah, I mean you're gonna get draft choices for Byron. And look, if you need 3.5 million cap space, you know, unless you trade Drouin. I mean, look, if they trade Drouin, I don't think Byron's going anywhere because he plays the left side as well. So I don't think Byron's going to go anywhere if they're trading Drouin to clear space. So, but you know, the more it's going, I don't really think they're going to trade Drouin. I don't know. I don't think they're going to. They're going to give him another year. Rick, I suggest you check out the Habs win-loss record over the last 2 years with Byron. Oh, you don't have to tell me. I know they don't do well with Byron out of the lineup. That's why I don't want him to go. But if you really look at it, and look, think of that stat. That makes his value really high. That's one of the reasons why teams want him. So yeah, but no, I don't want them to trade Byron. No. It just was hard to fit him in with all the kids, and I don't think as many kids are going to come up as I was kind of thinking and stuff. So Byron could stay here. I'm just saying, don't be surprised if they do put him in a deal. But I hope they don't, because you're right. The team doesn't do nearly as well with him out of the lineup. And he's a very. You can come up if she came up. Come on. Well, you can't jump from that side. You got to jump from that side. Come on. Well, I can do my show. And yeah. There you go. Okay, my dog wants to make an appearance on the show. She loves me so much. She does, though. Okay, wait a second. Sorry, guys. Okay, where were we? Yeah, so Byron makes a huge difference. And, yeah, I really hope they don't. But I don't know if there's going to be room. Look, they're making changes. It might happen, so... And they'll adjust. They'll adjust. It's not like they won't win because Byron's not there and they can't win because they'll adjust. It'll be an adjustment, but they'll adjust. Do you think Wheel is good enough for top 6, or is he more of a depth guy? I think he's got to show that he is. I think the possibility is he was a really good junior player. He put up points. He was an impact player in junior, so that tells you something. He just never found the right fit. Do I think he can go past the third line? I definitely think for games 2, 3, 4, yeah, he can fill in definitely. But I think we're going to find out this year what he's made of. Yes. So ask me that at the end of the season. I don't know the answer yet. I think we're going to find out this year. I'm excited to see what Jordan Wheel can do. And you know what? The same thing for Nick Cousins. I know people are making fun of that signing. Nick Cousins has the same kind of history as Wheel. Really good junior player, put up really good numbers, and then he didn't find the right fit here. And Max Domi says he's a really good player. So I think, when we're talking about who's going to fill in, there's some possibilities there that are good. So I don't know if Bergevin is going to count on that and put his job on the line over what. But he signed Cousins. He must see something in him, and I like the possibility. I think there's a good upside to Nick Cousins. We got just a couple of minutes left, so I'm trying to get to the bottom here, guys. I might miss some. Oh my God, there's a ton. I'm really sorry if I didn't get to these. Oh my God, I can't believe how much there is that I can get to. No, Chucker, I'm not doing that. No, Joe, I'm not doing that. Which player on the Habs has the best value for a trade? Well, I was saying Byron. I think Mike Byron. I almost said it. Paul Byron has probably the best value. I'm hoping it's actually Drouin. I don't know. I mean, there's guys that have better value, but we're not trading them. Domi, all that. We're not trading those guys. No. But of the guys that could go, Byron probably has the best value. Domi needs to get traded. No, okay. What do I think the Habs have to do to improve next season? Do you know the acronym of Leafs stand for losers, even after 50 seasons? Okay, that's pretty good. I like that one. I like that one. Okay, listen, we're at an hour and a half, and the trolls are in, and we're going to cut it because I don't want to deal with trolls. And it's been a great stream. So listen, don't forget, have a listen podcast. In the description, there's a link. If you guys are interested, click on it. You'll find out everything. I don't know, I'm looking at myself. Next week, Saturday, same time, same bat channel. We're here. Don't come on by. I'm going to be here. Hopefully, all you guys will be here that have been here tonight. And yeah, so I'm going to cut it at that. Thanks, everybody, for coming in. Really do appreciate it. Anybody checking out Have a Listen, thank you so much. And I'll speak to you on the airwaves very shortly. I'll be putting out a video probably tomorrow or the day after. Tomorrow, Sunday, I might take a day off. We'll see. Thanks for joining. I don't have a way out. I've got to develop a way, something to say to sign off. But signing off. Bye, guys. Thanks for all joining in, man. Really do appreciate it.